Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at the Buffalo Bills and interpreting whether or not I think they can win the Super Bowl in 2021. But before getting to that topic, question for those of you viewing, what do you think the Buffalo Bills record will be in 2021? And of course, remember that the 2021 season is going to be 17 games. So like I said, keep that in the back of your mind. But getting straight into the topic, Buffalo Bills, they couldn't have been much closer to actually being in a Super Bowl last year. AFC Championship wasn't the prettiest game, but it was still worth watching. And like I said, they're in the game. They're pretty close to the Super Bowl already. But they're pretty much the same team heading into the season. They're just looking for revenge. And I feel like they've been quiet this offseason. I mean, every Super Bowl contending team in the NFL has had so much loud noise around them. Kansas City Chiefs completely rebuilt offense. Cleveland Browns stacked up the defense. Jadeveon Clowney, John Johnson, etc. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they brought every single person back on the starting lineup. LA Rams traded for Matt Stafford. Green Bay Packers and the Aaron Rodgers situation. 49ers, Jimmy G, Nick Bosa, George Kittle, all these guys are coming back, and they trade up in the draft. Bills, they just kind of been minding their business, and they made quiet moves. Picked up Emmanuel Sanders, signed Matt Breida, and they've been quiet. But like I said, they were so close last year. The Bills, it's almost like they didn't need to really add anything. They just needed to get another shot. They just needed to get back there and have a better game, and that's a good sign. I mean, obviously, if you go into an offseason and you don't really need to add any more, you just need to play a little bit better, that's a decent sign that you don't have to completely rebuild your team. And obviously, I think they can win the Super Bowl. I mean, last year, AFC Championship, and this year, they're looking like the same team, but a little bit better. Hopefully, they'll get a better run game. I don't have my biggest faith is not in that. Hopefully, between Zach Moss, a new signing of Matt Breida, and Devin Singletary, one guy will emerge as a clear-cut starter and be able to, I don't want to say carry this team, but definitely carry the workload that a typical running back should. They did not excel in the running game by any means last year, and I get some of that was due to the offensive line, and they completely addressed that in the NFL draft. Picking up 3 guys in the NFL draft. Obviously, they're in late rounds, round 3, 5, and 7. But if anything, it just shows they understand it and hoping one of those guys can emerge up and possibly be a starting guy. And nonetheless, it's some guys to throw on the depth chart in case the starters get injured. So they definitely addressed it in the draft. In the offense, it looks solid. I think someone between the offensive line and the run game in the backfield will step up. Josh Allen is playing like an MVP. The receiving core, it's not the best, but it's one of the better ones in the NFL. I mean, Stefon Diggs is a top 5 receiver. Cole Beasley, a top slot receiver. Emmanuel Sanders getting up there in age, but his hands are just good as ever. I mean, your hands, when you get up in age in the NFL, obviously your speed and athleticism takes a drop back, but your hands, those always stay the same. You can either catch the ball or you can't. And Emmanuel Sanders, I'm not going to act like he's Jerry Rice out here. He has his drops, but he is a good receiver, in my opinion, to at least add to the Bills, especially after losing John Brown. I think that's a pretty decent replacement. Looking at the defense, this is where the Bills really needed to step up, and they did. I did like that they drafted 2 pass rushers, Gregory Rousseau and Carlos Basham Jr. It might be Basham, I'm not sure, excuse me on the pronunciation. But getting Rousseau and Carlos Basham in the first and second round, that helps out the pass rush a lot. Helping out Jerry Hughes and Ed Oliver and Tremaine Edmonds, all those guys in the front 7. You got one of the best cornerback safety duos in the secondary between Micah Hyde and Tre'davious White. That might be probably a top 5 cornerback safety duo. I can't think of many others. I mean, Harrison Smith and Patrick Peterson come to mind. That's a good one in Minnesota, and there's other ones out there when Pat Pete was with Budda Baker. There's players out there. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. So I definitely think they're a top 5 safety and cornerback duo. Defense is getting there. Run game's getting there. Offensive line is getting there. And these are things, obviously the Bills could use the help. But like I said, they got to the AFC Championship last year without them. This year, not that they have them, a better pass rush, a better offensive line, a better run game, we could seriously see this be a serious Super Bowl team in the 2021 season. And of course, it won't be easy. They're not going to cakewalk there. The Chiefs are still going to be the Chiefs. Browns got a whole lot better. They might have a top 3 roster in the NFL. Ravens are always going to be electric. I'm not saying the Bills wouldn't have won the game still last year, but it could have been a different game if Lamar Jackson didn't get hurt. Indianapolis Colts with Carson Wentz, up-and-coming Chargers, up-and-coming Dolphins. There's some good teams out there, especially with the Dolphins in your own division. And then obviously, just because you get to the Super Bowl, say they make it out of the AFC, doesn't mean you win the Super Bowl, whoever they face. New Matt Stafford Rams, Russell Wilson and the Vengeance Seahawks. Tampa Bay is trying to repeat. 49ers get there now that they're healthy. Packers make up with Rodgers, whoever it may be. It won't be easy for the Bills no matter what. But can they do it? 100%, no doubt, in my opinion. Will they? that is a big question mark. Will they? You're going to be asking a lot out of these younger guys. Gregory Rousseau, Carlos Basham, these offensive line rookies. And that's just not something I want to rely on heading into a season. Obviously, I do think in the next 3 years we're going to see this Bills team in a Super Bowl. There's just no way I don't think they appear in it. And even this year, if they make it, I will not be surprised by any means. Josh Allen, he's playing like an MVP. In order for them to get there, I think he has to possibly win MVP. He has to be that good. And I'm not saying he can't. He's already a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and the kid's not even off his rookie contract yet. Josh Allen is a special talent, 100%. But just putting so much faith in these younger guys, the new offensive line, the new pass rush, still guys on this team are still young. I mean, Ed Oliver on the defensive line with these rookies, he's not old himself. You're just asking for a lot out of a really young team overall, and I'm not saying they can't do it, but I do think they might need one more year in the league to do it. Again, I like this Bills team a lot. They have the foundation to get there, but you're just asking these possible rookies to solve all your problems, solve the run game problems, solve the pass rush problem, and I don't know if they're going to be able to have that type of impact the rookie year, and it's been done before. I mean, Nick Bosa, his rookie year, I don't want to say led the Niners to the Super Bowl, but I don't think they get there without him, and he was just a rookie and defensive rookie of the year, and he was a huge part of that fantastic 49ers defense. Who's to say Gregory Rousseau won't be the same exact thing? Little different situation, of course. Nick Bosa, he's picked in the top 5. Gregory Rousseau is like bottom 5 pick of the first round, so it's a little different, but not saying it's impossible. I like this Bills team a lot, and I think they're going to make a hell of a run at the Super Bowl and make a deep playoff run, possibly AFC Championship again, and I think they can get there, but I do think they are 1 year away once these guys get one more year in the NFL, once Josh Allen just has one more year of reps, one more playoff experience, some more playoff, kick-ass. I think if they get their ass kicked one more time the following year, they are just going to come back and absolutely rampage on the league and make a run at the Super Bowl. But who knows? I could be wrong. I do think they can make it this year, but I'm going to hold them back. I think the Chiefs or the Browns can possibly stop them, or who's to say maybe they'll make it there but lose. That would just kill Bills Mafia immediately. Anything is possible, but I do think this team is 1 year short. But again, if they make it, not surprised by any means with this talented roster. Josh Allen, Stefon Diggs, new Gregory Rousseau, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, possibly Matt Breida. Like I said, Ed Oliver, Jerry Hughes, tre'davious White, Micah Hyde. It is a crazy good team, and I like them a lot this year, but we'll just have to see. As always, guys, I do want to hear your opinions. Do you think they can and will? My answer is, can they win the Super Bowl 100%? Will they? I have them 1 more year away, but we'll just have to see. So I do want to hear your thoughts. Can and will they? And question of the day, what is their record in 2021? 17 games. I think they're going to be right around where they were last year. They were 13-3 last year. I think they're going to be anywhere from 12-5, 13-4, 14-3, 15-2 this year. I think they're going to be a top seed in the AFC. Dolphins might be on their tail a little bit, but I do think the Bills will handle the division, be a top team in the AFC, and make a deep playoff run. But again, guys, I want to hear your opinions, and that's just mine. As always, thanks for watching. 2-0.